Well, hello, my friend.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very good today because it's Friday. We're headed to the condo this weekend, gonna go to the beach. Yeah. And we're also gonna look for some artwork. We have this blank wall behind this little area that we've designated as like a bar. And we kind of want to do like a music theme. Like we're actually trying to get like a really cool guitar to hang on one of the walls. And then behind the bar, we need some really cool artwork. But I want to I want to go to like a thrifting or like to, I don't know, just something like
cool.
An
antique market or something.
Yeah. Cool. So we're going to do that this weekend. What are you up to?
Well, Bandon started school yesterday at his new school. And I got to tell you a funny story. So, like we've said before, not everyone watches Housewives, but if you're a female with a pulse, most likely you've heard about it, right?
Right.
So I get nervous because I've been labeled a liar and all of these things. So showing up to parent things makes me a little nervous. So we're at first day of school yesterday, and this woman walks up to me, and she was like, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, hi." And she was like, "Oh my God, wait, we don't know each other." And I was like, "No, we don't know each other, but you might know me, I guess."
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? She's like, "I know all about you. My name is so-and-so." And I was like, "Oh my God." But I was like, "Oh, what do you know, I go into like, what do you know about me? What do you think,
Yeah.
But I explained to his teachers the last 3 years, "Hey, I had this weird job. Sometimes he discusses it, whatever." And she was like, "I know, I've been briefed. Like the school told me that you guys were coming into our school." And I was like, "What?"
Weird. Like, why do you need
so
a briefing when a housewife comes into a school? Like, that's kind of weird.
I know, but I do think they think we're all crazy. That we're all going to like start screaming and yelling in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
I want to blend into the drapes. Like, I don't want.
Of course you do.
Yeah. But it was funny. She was like, "Oh, so hi." I was like, "Hi."
Not the all points bulletin that a housewife is entering the school.
My last school, one of the moms told me there was a group message text thread just about Bandon and I being at that school. And I was like, "You have got to be kidding. Women are
weird.
crazy."
They are, but I also understand it's a very popular show. It's been around for so long, and it's a very hot topic. Like I can on a certain level, I can understand it, as like a day one housewives girly, I get it. But it's still kind of funny.
It's funny. It's actually really funny. I'm like, well, I'm not, I swear I'm not what you think I am. I promise.
No, I can attest to that. But although I've always said you are exactly like, you were very authentic on that show. Now, like everything rings true. Like everything that I saw of you on the show is exactly who you are in person, but you're actually better in person because we get your full personality. You're actually like really funny. You're really spicy. You like to have fun. You love a cocktail. You love a little talk session. Like you're all those things, but we didn't really get to see a lot of that on the show, unfortunately, because your time was cut a little short. But you still were authentic to yourself on that show. That was you.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, can we pivot? And you and I came together today to talk about The Valley reunion part 3.
I'm so glad it's over.
I'm very glad it's over. But that being said, I've said it before, it is a very interesting show. Like it's a human experiment.
Totally.
That from a psychological standpoint, I find deeply fascinating because there's so much going on with every single person and just like, oh my God. But it is dark. It's triggering. It's annoying. For certain reasons, there are certain people I never want to see on my screen again. Danny and Nia, Kristen and Luke. You're pretty much there too. I'm pretty pissed off at Kristen and Luke. But here's the first thing I want to say is that I know that your bestie Zack. I have a very strong feeling. I don't know how you feel, but I have a very strong feeling that he and Jasmine. They know exactly what Danny did at Jasmine's wedding. This is my theory. Mm-hmm. They know it was not good. They know that it was inappropriate because he was too drunk. This is my opinion. And they also know that his wife absolutely out of necessity had to get his ass out of there because it was so bad. But you would never gather all that by watching that reunion because Zack and Jasmine gave us nothing on that topic. And in fact, Jasmine tried to play like, I don't know, I was just getting married. I don't believe it. I think she knows exactly what Danny did at her wedding and it wasn't appropriate. But for some reason, I think she's covering for him. And I think Zack was covering for him as well because I think Zack knows more.
I think everybody that was at that wedding, I think everyone that was at that wedding, including Zack and Jasmine and a few other people, know exactly what happened and they were covering. They didn't want the pile on. They are his friends. But you could tell, and I've heard otherwise about what happened at that wedding.
What have you heard? Not
necessarily from Zack.
At the wedding.
I heard that Danny was incredibly inappropriate at the wedding, not after the wedding, at the wedding. I'm not going to go into more detail because I don't want this person that told me to be upset with me.
Okay.
And it was not Zack, by the way. And I just think they saw the pile on this reunion. They're like, okay, let's like cut him some slack, But what angered me more than his behavior at this reception, not reunion, reception, was Nia's response. She was totally in the minutia of the wording and not actually what was meant behind either wording. If you have to police your husband and the people around him from not inviting him out and inviting him to do this, the problem is not your wording. The problem is that you're having to say these words out loud. Right?
Yeah, no, it's very telling. Nia, once again, sat on that reunion couch, whispered into her husband's ear like he's a toddler, and tried to gentle parent him through that reunion to get him to not, it's very clear. Lala was correct. She is so afraid of what that man what's gonna fly out of his mouth. She is so afraid that the veneer of the super Christians, the perfect family, the this, is going to crack because of what her husband's capable of doing and saying. Yeah. And I think that wedding was no different. I do think Nia was trying to do a play on words and minimize it. Well, what wife wouldn't want to have her husband back at her hotel and have some alone time? No, Nia. First of all, number one, nobody wants alone time with that man. And I know you don't either. Number two, we can see right through you. We know, based on his past behavior and also just her body language, you got that man out of that wedding reception because he was very likely being a drunken fool.
Yes.
He was going to go past the point of no return as he has done before. And you were trying to save him and yourself from that. That is why you were instructing people, don't invite my husband to the after party. Don't do it. And again, to your point, Katie, if you have to police your partner to that level, it's very obvious because he's given you a reason to do so.
Well, and she told on herself. She said, to Lala, you act like this is my everyday. It's not. You were at a wedding that was not being filmed. So this is your everyday. You're going to a wedding for a friend and he acts like a lunatic. We also heard a story that allegedly in their everyday life at a Super Bowl party that was not being filmed, he acted very inappropriately, allegedly, with another female. Okay? That is not on
Jasmine
this show.
And not her partner. A separate female on a separate occasion.
And it may have been worse. Yes, and it may have been worse. And that is why a lot of people can't get past it because it's not just Jasmine. So those are two instances that weren't being filmed that are your everyday life where he is inappropriate. And yet you're saying this is not your everyday life, so stop judging you. Yes. It's hard to do that when every instance of Danny, he is acting inappropriately.
Yes, and I am so sick and tired of them gaslighting us, him and Nia both. Well, we do have moments. We have these are moments. You don't know anything about you don't see my whole life. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We don't see everybody's lives because I don't have a video camera in Katie Janella and Matt Janella's house. I don't see everything that goes down, nor can I claim to. So her trying to argue that, well, you don't know anything about my real life, of course, that's just an argument that doesn't even make sense. It's her trying to deflect again. And to prove a point that, no, we have all these great moments. You just don't see them. Oh, okay, that's convenient, I also want to talk about Jasmine. I want to get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
I have many thoughts on Kristen and Jasmine. Okay. First of all, I have a lot of empathy for Jasmine because, and this is what I perceive, I'm not speaking for Jasmine as a Black woman on a basically all white cast. Okay, I'm not speaking for her. This is my perception as I watch the show. It seems to me that she's very timid about ever bringing up race, ever talking about her experience as a Black woman on a mostly all white cast. If you notice, when she was even the one time she brought it up in the reunion, she said something like, I really don't want to, make everything about race. You can tell she's saying that because people have hammered her in the comments as a Black woman. Like, don't you dare make this all about race. Don't pull the race card. And she's affected by that. And she said something like, but I am a Black woman. And she said it like quietly, I think. Like, it's like I feel for her so hardcore that she seems like she's afraid to ever speak about her true experience as a Black woman on an all-white cast. And then when Jasmine was, or it got brought up that, oh, your camera's going crazy. Do you notice that or no?
Yes. Hold on. Pause.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was like, am I the only one? It kind of looks cool though.
There we go. Okay, wait.
It's artistic. No, it's fine now.
Okay, good. Okay.
We can even leave that in. It's fine.
Okay.
When it was brought up that Kristen doesn't allow her Black friend to speak, doesn't really have her back in the way that she has her white friends back. And obviously we know Kristen's past from being fired from VPR for turning in a Black woman who was her cast member for a crime she very clearly did not commit.
What?
Yes. Okay, can I tell you this lore?
Yes, I don't know any of this.
Okay, Stassi Schroeder just had her fuck-ass show on Hulu, right?
Yes,
Stassi,
right.
House of Stassi.
Right.
Okay, Stassi and Kristen were good friends on VPR. They also had a lot of drama, but they were good friends on VPR. Fast forward to the later days of VPR. They were on the show together. They had a Black castmate. I forgot her name. We can Google it easily. And they were mad at this Black castmate. I think it was something over a boy. Like Stassi had some feelings about this Black castmate because maybe a boy had chosen her over Stassi. I don't know. It was something over a boy, okay? It was petty shit. Okay. Well, because Stassi had this grievance against her Black castmate over a boy, I want to say, Kristen and Stassi, thought it would be really funny to get revenge on this woman and turn her in for a crime that was reported in the newspaper about a Black woman or somebody did something. They knew that this woman did not commit this crime. They fucking called authorities and said she did it.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, I am not kidding. They called the authorities on a Black woman. These two white women. And that is why they got fired from VPR. So I'm telling you this because please keep that in mind. It's very dark. And I'm not saying people can't grow and change from their past, but this is a fact. This is a part of Kristen's history and Stassi's. So now you have accusations from your Black friend, Jasmine, that you're not hearing her, that you're not letting her speak, that you're not having her back, that you're having your white friends back. So this is what I'm thinking as I'm watching Jasmine speak to Kristen. And do you know what pissed me off? Kristen did the white lady tears and she made it about herself. And she said something like, I cried for so many days because of this or whatever. Because Kristen was basically on an apology tour on this reunion because her ass was held to the fire. But the way I perceived it was she spoke again, as Jasmine is expressing her feelings, she spoke over her.
She did.
At the reunion to show her tears and how this has affected her, not Jasmine. And that really bothered me. And Jasmine, the way she handles it so mildly, because I think she feels like she has to. And that actually makes me really sad.
Well, okay, I messaged Jasmine as I was watching this.
Good.
And I said, just catching up on episode 3 of the reunion and you're making me cry, girlfriend. You so well told them what an unconscious bias is. And we need more discussions like this. As a girl that was treated with so much racism on my show, I appreciate you opening up about this. Yeah. Because she was explaining internal biases and how they come out. And you might not know that's what it is, but it is. It's the way you were raised. It's the people around you. It's your influence. So you might not be calling Jasmine the N-word. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
What we're saying is you belittle her because she's not worth the time like someone else is that is a white woman. That's what she's trying to explain to you. And what she did by curling up and shrinking herself, even talking about it, is exactly what she's trying to explain to you. It's gross. Kristen, I clocked that Kristen interrupted her too. I did not like that. The minute she was explaining how she felt, immediately was, well, I did this and I felt this way. Because she knew she looked bad. She knew right in that moment. Kristen's not dumb. She knew what Jasmine was saying had some truth behind it. And so she was trying to back herself up. It was gross. I don't like it. And she really did make me tear up. Like, this is your experience and you're already having to shrink yourself to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said. I'm glad that you messaged her. I really felt for her. And again, I'm a white woman, watching this show, so I can never understand from personal experience how that feels. But as a human being who has progressed, and I think I just as a human being, I can just see that this Black woman on this show that doesn't have anybody who looks like her on this cast and in this friend group is feeling like I'm not speaking for her, but this is the way I took it. It seems like she feels like she has to make herself small to accommodate all of her white cast members. That's the way I see it. And it's bothersome.
She's used to it, I'm sure, in a very bad way. She's used to it. I appreciate her bringing it up, though. We do need to talk about this. We do need to bring light to this. The best thing about you, Jami, and I'm not just saying this because you're one of my dear friends, but you're open to those discussions. If everyone that maybe is on the fence about this or doesn't know could just get a little education or talk to somebody or listen to something, Google something, watch a YouTube video, maybe you could change the way you speak and the way you treat people without you even knowing it. Just be open to listening and changing. And that would, our country would change overnight, drastically.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. And thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Here's the way I look at it, Katie, is that part of the problem is that white people get so defensive when anybody dares to make their people look bad. Like it's almost like it's a reflection on them. Like, oh my God, it's not always about race. Like, come on, you're playing the race card, if you could just drop your barrier, here's what I will say. This is the way I look at it. If somebody was to trash podcasting as an industry, if somebody was to write a big article in Rolling Stone mag and be like, here's why podcasters are trash, and make a really good case for it, I've been a podcaster for 10 years. It's my full-time career for numerous years now. I would not be offended even though I am a podcaster, because you know why? I'm not a bad person. I don't take if they're going to say that some podcasters are trash, then let them be trash. There are going to be some podcasters who are trash.
Yes.
But just because I am a podcaster doesn't mean that I'm going to take that personally and I'm going to be like, well, how dare you, us podcasters. Well, maybe there are some trash podcasters. And it's the same thing with like white people. It's like when people make a statement like, fuck, white people are the problem. By and large, they are. And I agree with it as a white person. I'm sorry, but because it's true. Like and that doesn't mean that all white people are the problem or a problem, right? Yeah. I don't look at it that way. I know that I'm doing my part. I try hard every day. I have conversations with my kids, conversations with my friends, conversations with strangers. I speak out on my platforms. I do whatever I think I can to just progress as a society and be like, fuck, if everybody's doing well, even if they don't look like you and they're not white, if we're all doing well, then we all do better.
Yes.
Like it's better for all of us. God. If all of us are thriving, that's better for the world. So that's the way I look at it. And that's, I think the problem is that white people are just very fragile. Not all of them, some of them, many of them. And they can't even dare to, I'm white and I'm not, I'm taking that personally. Well, don't fucking, if you're not racist, don't take it personally when people say that some white people are racist. Like
100,000%.
God,
yes.
it just.
I know. Agreed.
Yeah. So I really thought a lot about Jasmine, and got me down, not because she got me down. I just felt for her. And I hate that she seems to be making herself a bit smaller to accommodate her cast. I hate that.
100% agree. And in person, she's so lovely and so kind. And so when we first met, she asked me all the questions. She wanted to know about me, you know?
Cool.
That's somebody, a selfless, kind person, they're asking you. And I'm like, wait. How are you? You know, she's great. And that moment, I mean, it was really hard to watch. Honestly.
Yeah, it was really hard to watch. I knew you would probably have taken that moment similar to me because you and I kind of share those opinions. Lala, okay, so I really
love her.
And same. And I don't care. Some people are like a dog with a bone, and it's like if you've hated a reality star for so long, you can never not hate them. I don't feel that way. I always acknowledge that I definitely was a Lala hater, and I think it's for good reason. And I think she was very cringy at times, many times on that show, VPR. Like, I didn't fuck with a lot of her behavior. So that all being said, I also, at the same time, because two things can be true, I have thoroughly enjoyed her on the Valley. And I didn't want her on the show. I thought, oh God, do not bring her. Don't bring Sheena. We don't need those VPR girls on this show. Boy, was I wrong, and I'm here to admit it. I actually very much enjoy Lala on this show. Now, that doesn't mean I fuck with all her past comments and behavior on VPR. I don't. But I actually, by and large, think that Lala is a good person. Mm-hmm. She's all the things I said, before, and she can behave a certain way or whatever, but I actually think she's like a really good mom. I think she's a good person. I don't think she really is as like, what do you call it? Fun in bed or whatever. Would she say? Like, I'm not as whatever as you think. I'm pretty vanilla. I don't know what she said. I think Lala's a good person. I think that she has been the voice of reason on the show. I think that nobody has held Danny and Nia's asses to the fire in a proper manner besides Lala. And I'm here for every second of it. And when they said that she went too far, when she was like, no, I actually would like to see you, Nia, in a thriving, I know that hurts to hear. I agree with Lala.
Well, okay. Everybody wants growth out of their housewives / reality stars. That's what Lala, I didn't watch VPR, but all that I've heard from you and read, she was a little tough to watch. Mm-hmm. She's grown. She's changed.
Agreed.
She's developed. That's what we want. Vicky Gunvalson has not grown and changed, and that's why she's getting destroyed right now on social media. Lala is proving I can grow up. I'm a big girl now. I'm raising 2 kids by myself. I've built a business. I've got a successful podcast. I'm growing. So all the people that want to stay hating her, you just don't want any change, I guess, because she has proven herself to be a fantastic human, mother, castmate, everything, woman. I love her takes. I love that she didn't back down. I love that she said with her full chest, Nia, I hope that you can leave with your children and be happy with somebody that respects you and shows you love and babies you. That's what we're all thinking. And I swear to God, if they pan to Jasmine a couple times when Lala was talking and Jasmine was like, like looking like, giving these looks like, even, and Janet and Michelle, they agree with her. They're just not as vocal as Lala is. And the way she articulates what she says is like perfect.
No, it's chef's kiss. Yeah, I agree. So and listen, people in the comments also want to come down on Lala and be like, oh my God, she thinks she's the voice of reason when it comes to everybody who's sober and she just knows and, she gets to diagnose people with alcohol issues. Here's the thing. I'm sure that can get annoying for people, but listen, she's speaking from her experience. No, she can't diagnose anybody as being an alcoholic just because she was one, but she can certainly recognize toxic behaviors that are amplified when somebody drinks, and that is a form of alcoholism. If you change into a toxic person, or maybe it just brings out more toxicity that was already there, when you drink, that's a problem. That is a problem. Or when your
wife has to cover for you or ask for all these excuses for you because of your drinking, that is a problem. And why wouldn't we look to Lala, who is in AA, who has been sober for 4 years, did she say? 4 years?
I think it's even
5
long.
years?
I want to say it's 7.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but it's a long time.
Right. She goes to AA. She's around people that call themselves alcoholics. So she recognizes patterns. Why wouldn't we look to her? Why wouldn't we ask her opinion about it? It just makes sense.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I'm going to take a hard right. I'm looking at the two couches in my mind at the reunion, and I'm going to go to the end of the couch. Let's talk about Jesse and Lacey for a second.
Oh, God.
Lacey is continuing to be Jesse's mouthpiece, and she's continuing to show herself to also have misogyny living inside of her.
Tell me what part.
She continues to shame Michelle for having multiple partners after her divorce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's shaming her for those relationships not working out. She's shaming, like, all the things that we come to. Women can never, ever do anything right? We're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. And Lacey is carrying that torch. And she's trying to make Michelle look bad at this reunion in defense of Jesse. And a lot of it just sounds like stuff that Jesse has already said to Lacey, and Lacey is taking it and now voicing it to Michelle. And that also is misogyny. And I'm not saying I don't like Lacey. I like her. For the most part, I like her. But I just want to call out that she wants to say that these women are misogynistic, and she's, I would be there for you. I'll side with you. I'll call you. And again, she said it on the reunion. She keeps trying to be like Vicky did, and in defense of Brooks, when Vicky's own daughter was like, he told my husband to hit me. And Vicky's like, well, I haven't seen that. Lacey's doing the same thing with Jesse. She is gaslighting and being like, in my opinion. And she's like, well, when I see that, if I see that, I'll call it out. If I haven't seen that, so when I do, I'll call it out. Girl, you've seen it. You've seen it. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think she was trying to do she said at the beginning, I don't like this tit for tat thing you guys do, but that's what she's doing with Jesse against Michelle too, unfortunately.
Agree.
When Michelle was like, I introduced whatever the guy with the weird eyes is to our daughter, yada, yada. She's like, you introduced 3 guys, and you're with Lacey. I think she's trying to do this tit for tat, like you did it. And so it's okay if we do it kind of thing. And that's where you get yourself into trouble sometimes. Mm-hmm. One point she was like, said something. She's like, oh, I'm speaking for you. She caught herself. Like, I can't speak for you. I do think it's hard. Like, I guess, same thing, with me and Matt and my ex-husband, this tit for tat thing. It's easy to fall into it. That doesn't make it right, but it's easy to fall into it. This like, well, you did this and you did this. I don't like any of it, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
I wish Michelle would stop talking about it.
I agree. And I think that Michelle is also guilty of trying to make Jesse look bad. So there's no fully innocent parties on that couch, right? So I am also, and I kind of felt Lacey's irritation. I would feel the same way if I was the new partner of the guy that's recently divorced from his ex and now we're all on a show together. I would be rolling my eyes too. If they started getting into like almost like husband and wife spats, I'd be like, what? Okay, shut the fuck up. I'm here. Like, can we move on? I'm so sick of you guys going at each other. Shut up. Like, shut up.
So stupid.
It's annoying. And I totally related to Lacey on that. I was like, oh yeah, that would drive me crazy. I would not stand for that. I'd be like, cool, you want to go argue? Why don't you go back to Michelle's house? Leave me the fuck alone. Go fight with your ex, because I don't want to be a part of this.
That is very uncomfortable and weird.
It is uncomfortable and weird.
Michelle, you're in a relationship now. Why do you got to keep saying things under your breath to hurt Jesse? I think that's strange.
I do too. And I think she's guilty of it. And I don't like that behavior. I think it's immature. I don't think it's the best representation of themselves for their daughter. And I'm not shaming. Listen, we all say shit we're not proud of, and it gets back to our kids. And but
you're not on national television where your daughter can watch it for the rest of her life.
This is true. So I get away with a lot more shit talking.
Exactly.
That doesn't get back to my kids.
Well, I will tell you that when Andy had everyone raise their hand to see if it was okay that Janet threw the cup or not, and Michelle proudly raised her hand, I was like, but look what you're doing. She threw a red Solo cup at an empty space right here, and you're like bashing the father of your child on national TV. Like, I don't think the two, I don't think you can judge, honestly.
No.
Well, nobody can, but.
No, nobody can, but they're on a show, so we're going to judge. Going to Jason and Janet, I agreed with Jason wholeheartedly. When he looked at Danny, he's like, you pointed your finger at my wife. He didn't see, and I would go a step further. I'd be like, not only did you point your finger at my wife, that is an aggressive move. Number one, it's not appropriate. Number two, I would have said you also scooched forward in your seat.
Correct.
What are you going to do? Lunge over the table at my wife? Like, what's next? And then Jason goes, and then you provoked me, like you brought it to a physical thing and said, oh, what are you going to do with your bum knee or your bum leg or whatever it was?
Right.
And he's absolutely right. Danny was provoking him and trying to make it a physical thing when it didn't need to be. And Janet finished it off. I'm not saying what Janet did was right. Of course it's not. I would tell my own kids, like, listen, fight with your words. And if somebody's not putting their hands on you, fight with your words. Don't fight with your hands until you have to. And then all bets are off.
Unless you're in Atlanta. And if you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, unless you're me when I was a teenager, because your girl. I was a bad girl. I got in so many fights, Katie.
I want video proof.
Well,
there's no video. Is there one?
There's no video proof because nobody had video cameras back then. You know, nobody had like cell phones, and if they did, they were a drug dealer, and it didn't have a camera on it. But my bestie Jessie, the way she retells some of these stories will have you crying, like crying. Oh my God, we needed lunch immediately. We're gonna have lunch. Yeah. Jessie will fill you, and it's actually like really funny when I look back on it. But anyway, yes, like fight with your words, not with your hands. I get it, unless somebody lays their hands on you. But I don't give a fuck if Janet threw an empty cup that got a drip of alcohol on there. You're not gonna get me to feel empathy for that man.
No.
Period.
I'm glad she did it. I'm sorry. I'm glad she did it. I don't care if you attack me for it. He deserved it. He's being a narcissistic piece of little shit. Peter Pocket looking fuck. I don't care.
Peter Pocket looking fuck married to a prairie dress.
A linebacker in a prairie dress. God, they get under my skin. And I'm telling you,
they do.
I've said it many times. It's because I see myself in Nia. So I think that's why it gets under my skin so bad.
Minus the prairie dress. I don't think you ever wore that.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Even when I was really poor, I never wore that shit. No, I get, Nia, do you know how bad you look? What are you doing?
It's not a good look. It's not fooling anybody when she tries to speak for him and stop him from speaking and whisper in his ear on the couch to try to parent him through it. Like, none of it's working. And it's nobody believes you when you say in your crackly voice that, why, they're just moments. We just have moments, but we have a wonderful marriage. These are just no. How many moments do we have to see before we realize this is the relationship? These are not moments. This is it.
This is how I view them. Okay. They're sitting on the couch. His head is here and she's me. And she's like, honey, she's looking down. Honey, stop. Stop it. We're not going to talk about that. And then they're back. He's a really good husband at home. He's a great father. We have a beautiful family. Bitch, nobody cares because you're like, what?
No,
God, girl, Nia, you're too good for this.
You sat on that reunion couch and tried to give all the reasons or all the ways that Danny supports you as a husband. And you know what one of those fucking reasons were? Nutrition.
Forgot about that. Nutrition.
First of all, I know you're fucking lying because that motherfucker shamed you for eating when he was good putting the baby down to sleep. Also, him supporting your nutrition is code for, bitch, you better get skinny for me.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That's the way I read it. I was like, oh, hell, my husband, do you know what my husband has to say about my nutrition? Not a fucking word. Not a word. If I want to go face down, hands tied behind my back in a plate of fucking spaghetti with gobs of Parmesan, he will not say a word. He will encourage me. Go, Jamie, go.
You know what? Matt does say,
tell me.
The only reason he says it is because I eat in bed every night. And if I turn the camera around, you would see it. I have a basket of food next to my bed. The only time that he says anything is when there are crumbs in the bed. He's like, Katie, I can't do this. I can't. This is not. I can't. He's been gone, and I washed the sheets 2 days ago, but I've been in bed, right? He's been gone. So last night I pulled his side of the covers down because they're just up, right? If he's not in bed, and there are Himalayan salt popcorn pieces. And he was like, he looks at me like, are you?
Deal with it.
Exactly.
Deal with it, Matt Janella. And I know he does. I know he takes one for the team when it comes to being married to Katie Janela. He just adores you and he just lets you be you. And I love that. And I also am an in-bed eater girly.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Adore. It is like literally at the end of the night or during the evening, this is my favorite night ever. This is a night in heaven. If heaven looks like something, it looks like this. Fresh sheets, okay? All my linens are like white. Fresh. Yeah. I do those scent beads, like the light scent beads. Smells like a hotel spa. Get in bed, skincare's done, hair's washed, lotion. I've got my body oil, everything good to go. Lay down in bed. I've got my favorite salt and vinegar chips to my right.
Oh, fuck.
I have dark chocolate covered almonds to my left.
Yum.
Or some Reese's Cups, or some Sour Patch Kids. Oh my God. Gummy bears.
Or all of it.
Oh my God.
Or all of it.
All of the above. I would do a fruit, or I would do, what did you do? A candy salad. A candy salad. Chocolate salad. And I would be munching on that shit, probably dropping crumbs, watching my favorite true crime doc or reality show. And and then I would just fall asleep. May the chips literally fall where they may. I would have my sleep number set to 45. No, 40. 40 is my favorite lately. 40 or 35.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What is mine at? Okay,
yeah. What is your sleep? Yeah, I would have I love to put it on 0 G. Do you ever do zero gravity?
I do. Mine is at 50. Matt's is at
firm.
60.
Oh, you are some firm mattress mofos.
Maybe we need the firmness.
Well, I was going to say, maybe you do.
You know, the only people that actually shame me about my food really are my kids. Because they're always like, Mom, what the fuck? You're eating a candy salad? I'm like, well, if you eat real lettuce, you're going to diarrhea yourself. So I'm going to eat candy.
Lettuce.
No, can't have lettuce.
This is
blueberries.
Amazing. Oh my God. This is a junk food junkie's heaven. You can't, you're being, I can't eat, I physically can't eat healthy. That's my excuse because it will come out of my butthole in water form and I will be severely dehydrated on IV fluid.
60 miles an hour. Yes.
Thank you. So this is why we're supposed to eat junk food in bed because it's not going to kill us.
Well, I think I told you, but when Kathleen and her husband came over for dinner, I made this very Southern dessert. It's like pretzels and then like a cream layer and then a strawberry layer on top. It's so good. And you have to make it the night before. It's this whole thing. My mom used to make it. Anyways, because of the you're supposed to get fresh strawberries, and because of all this mess, I boiled the strawberries. Kathleen goes, "These are fresh. Why are they so light colored?" And I was like, "Oh, I boiled them." And she goes,
"Oh my God."
She goes, "What?" And I was like, "I boiled them. That's why the color came out. I boiled them so that we wouldn't have cyclospora." And she was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
I can't. You whitewashed those strawberries.
I did. It's just like my life.
Just like your
It's just like my life. It's all fucking whitewashed.
Just like you on the OC.
We didn't shit ourselves though.
No,
so
you did not shit you had those pills. You had those pills that you handed out like candy that help everybody shit, which I also have taken before and whoo, miracle worker. If you need it, does anybody need to poop who's listening? Call Katie.
Okay.
1-800-KATIE Janela.
Exactly. And I'm just going to say, if you really do want the link, just DM me because my GI doctor prescribed them to me. They are over the counter on Amazon. No pain, no cramping. They're fucking amazing.
They're just like pure magnesium. Mm-hmm. They're magnesium that you take in pill form and somehow that makes you go. Number 2.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It actually is incredible. Yeah. Anything else on the Valley? What? Oh, Brittany. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's hear this.
I liked that Brittany was like, are you watching the same show I'm watching, Danny? Like, you started that. And it's true. Danny did start that with the whole thing. And the way that he was trying to blame it, well, you wouldn't leave me alone. You were attacking me. Motherfucker, stop.
No.
All kinds of wrong. There is no defense of that. He definitely started it and he was rude to Lala. He was talking shit with Michelle. That's where it all started. Oh my God. I hated on the reunion couch. He's like, and it was my birthday. Nobody gives a fuck about a grown man's birthday.
Wait. I'm just having this thought. We heard they picked up cameras to talk about Jax and the publicist. Mm-hmm. And I know that's true because I've heard. Mm-hmm. Where is that?
Yeah, wouldn't it be an extension of the reunion?
Are they going to have something else happen next week?
Okay, that's
Bonus.
Interesting.
I
did not even think about that, but you
Right?
are correct. They picked up cameras.
They did.
We
I know
that
for a fact. Yeah. So where is that?
Interesting. Ooh, good question.
Either it's going to be like a bonus something next week for an episode, or Jax's legal team has shut it down. For some reason. That's all I can think of. I mean, who knows if he has any basis, but that's all I can think of.
Oh my God, that dude. I really never want to hear his name again. I truly, truly don't. And the way that Danny tried to use Jax, he's like, that he was trying to take me down, and I know for a fact he told these. Who gives a fuck what Jax said? Your behavior is taking you down, Daniel. It's
I know.
it's not Jax Taylor.
He's not here. He's not here. You fucking idiot.
God, and even Andy was like, okay, well, let's not talk about what happened in the past. Okay, we're talking about now.
Yeah, I loved that actually. That interjection was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then also, did you notice that Andy sort of like it seemed like Andy was giving Nia and Danny like an out, or to have a good answer for his question when he said, so where do we go from here in the friend group? And they didn't give a good answer. Danny was like, well, I don't know where we go. That's not a good answer if you want to save your job.
Well, I have been told that, how your performance at the reunion is your checklist for getting another season. But I've heard rumors they were let go, so I don't know.
I hope so. I don't even think they ever fit into this friend group. We all know that it was manufactured. We all know that Jax and Danny met at a bar or something, probably some bar that Danny was being inappropriate at, maybe allegedly perhaps. And then they brought his fuck ass onto the show. Nobody wanted it. Nobody cared. And then they tried to ice Janet out when she actually is really a part of this friend group. You can say what you want about Janet. A lot of people make the argument, she's boring. She's not good for reality TV. I've said the same. I don't think Janet is the best reality TV star. I firmly still stand in that. I don't think she is. But do I think that I'm team Janet? Let me just say that. I'm team Janet over Danny all day, every day. I'm not going to let my irritation with her in the past, with having some Karen energy, speaking louder than maybe Jasmine was allowed to speak. And I forgive her for that. I think she should be forgiven for that. Yes, all those things are true. Do I think she's the best reality star, her and Jason? No, I don't. No. But are they bad people? No, I don't think they're bad people. No. Whereas I do think Danny is a bad person, straight up.
Well, and if Danny and Nia, if it's true that Dan and Nia are booted, let's see her without them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that is gone, if that equation is out of the picture, then Janet can be Janet. So maybe we just see her without them and see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. And so if they are gone, that makes me want to know who's going to take their place. I'm sure the show's getting picked up for another season. I think it's probably done okay in the ratings. I think it's probably done well.
It's actually doing much better than any of the Housewives shows.
You know what? That tracks.
Yeah, it's actually doing so much better than numbers.
Because the Housewives, besides Atlanta, is just a bunch of garbage right now. Beverly Hills was a snooze.
And Atlanta's almost done.
I know, I'm sad about that. But, and you and I might disagree, I am happy to see Tracy Tutor on Beverly Hills. I want to see her confront Dorit or vice versa, because she has aired Dorit's non-paying ass out
about
on
Chris
Jeff
Dillon.
Lewis. Yes, about Chris Dillon. So, and I just think Tracy has style. She's not MAGA. She is spicy. She's smart. She's successful. She probably is not going to take any shit. She doesn't strike me as somebody who's going to be a lay down. I think she's got a lot of the things that I would want a housewife to have. So
I see a nightmare for Sutton Strack. I see a nightmare.
Ooh.
Because she doesn't put up with bullshit. Yeah, she doesn't put up with the fake, weird, odd behavior. It's going to be interesting. I'm actually very happy for this. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool too. Bye, Amanda Francis. You didn't fit in.
By the way, did you see our good friend who kept it very hush-hush? Our good friend Chanelli is at Bose's wedding right now filming.
Oh, I didn't see that. I did. That's cool.
She's there.
That's awesome. So did she give her some diamonds or something?
Probably. She probably dressed her for the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Ooh, I can't wait to hear from Chanelli on that.
I know. We have to have immediate lunch with her. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Immediate lunch. Immediate.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that we didn't cover on the Valley that we should touch on?
I don't think so. I think it's time to get out of here.
All right, girl. It's been good seeing you. I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend. And BMWs, you know, Katie and my spicy hot takes have landed us on the Bravo cell block once again, but you can put money on our books by leaving the podcast Bravo's Most Wanted a 5-star rating and review in Apple Podcast. And please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Bravo's Most Wanted is now on YouTube. And that's by popular demand. You and I were getting literal like DMs and comments almost every day.
Dozens.
Going, where's the video? Where's the video? Well, guess what? We gave you video. We are on YouTube at Bravo's Most Wanted, so make sure you subscribe.
Yes, please. And leave us a comment. You can watch me ugly cry, unfortunately. And if you want to leave us a message, you can, or a comment or a review or a hot take at speakpipe.com/Bravo. That's SPEAKPIPE.com/Bravo.
It's the Botox that makes us ugly cry. I'm thoroughly convinced. Bitch, I am frozen and my face wants to move and groove in a certain way and it doesn't. It's just like,
I want to not move. I want no movement. I want that.
There are no surprised eyebrows over here. Okay, Katie, bye.
Yeah. Bye.